Criswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Running right through it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson now to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And the worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does
this. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Pickett sets up play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Chubb will get the call running left down to about the 23. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson off play action. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. of play action. It's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
They're going for this. Pickett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
On 2nd and goal, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Pickett throwing again on second down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd and 10, Pickett toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Dancing to his left. But he's got his target, Harris. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum. by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Taken at the goal line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They go up the middle with Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he's got it inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Browns.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. end zone comes Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, here's Pickett. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. A big play that time for Cleveland, and even 70 yards. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's got daylight. The 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to a field goal. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Shoves him away. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And Chubb try the middle here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Six yards left on second down. Back to throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Watson over the middle. That's caught by Schwartz. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw is Watson. Forced out to his left. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Here's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And on comes to Chubb. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. It's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the fourth down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
The York on now for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Throwing now, Watson. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six. First down, touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Watson now throwing after the interception. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson. Buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And Watson's going to throw it here. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Faking the give. Now Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little